Hello, everyone. This is Pat with the Daily Oracle Card Reading and Message for Sunday, the 28th of April, 2013. For today's reading, I felt drawn to use the Goddess cards. I haven't used them all week. I feel out of touch with them. So I wanted to bring them in today, as well as these little Healing Angel cards from Tony Carmine Salerno. Excuse me, and we'll see what the message is for this Sunday, coming on the heels of yesterday's messages about expressing your individuality and the message about flower power, getting out with the flowers, and which I do feel has a lot to do with many of us now, especially for the Northern Hemisphere, who are getting out in our gardens to get them going. So it's very much about that too. So let's see what the goddess energy messages bring to us today. Beloved goddesses, we call upon you for your messages for the YouTube community. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. We got Butterfly Maiden for transformation. Huge transformations are going on right now. And it was so funny. What led me to the goddess deck, I think I may have said this to you before. Sometimes I get the message before I reach for the card deck. And as I was thinking about having the message for today, I'm having technical difficulties with this card here and getting it to stand up. Come on. There we go. As I was, asking what card deck and, about messages for today, this image immediately came to my mind. And at the time, I couldn't even remember what card deck it was associated with. But then, I was drawn to the goddess, and sure enough, this is the card that's flipped out. I love it when stuff like that happens. But anyways, this is the Butterfly Maiden shows up when there are very deep transformational forces at work, and she's letting you know that you're undergoing a metamorphosis. There's a transformation going on within you, and you have to let it unfold a little bit. Sometimes in the midst of transformation, some aspects of it may be very exciting. We're also letting go of old things that no longer serve us. And, there even may be a little bit of confusion in there. But there's a beautiful outcome, because as we all know, the butterfly, first starts out as this caterpillar crawling along. It goes into its cocoon, and then it emerges as the beautiful butterfly. And so there's a beautiful outcome to it all. And the message on the card says, you are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. So, it really follows yesterday's message with the express your individuality, because as you do that, it's bringing new light and new blessings to the world and new pathways. So I did feel even before I, it's just so fascinating to me, because this card literally came into my head and then it pops out of the deck. She really wanted to make herself known today. And part of the message of this card is, don't be concerned about endings. Don't be concerned about things that are falling away, okay? Because they're bringing in the new for you. Necessity is the mother of invention, as they say. Or, when things fall away, it forces us to look into other avenues, other opportunities, to explore new areas. And so that's why, what's falling away needs to fall away. Okay, it's like cutting off the dead ends from your hair kind of thing. It says, your prayers have been answered with this change. So let go of the old and don't worry about these changes. They're truly for the best. Even if that seems difficult to handle right now, that maybe there's a change that's been forced upon you, that maybe you don't know how you're going to handle it yet, or where it's going to lead you, or what new things it's going to be bringing in. And, it's so, in many ways, it's asking you to trust very deeply. And, as I'm speaking about this, I'm thinking about people who have been either, victims of those bombings, or in some way in this past year have had to deal with changes that were forced upon them, maybe because of things going on in nature, the hurricanes, the earthquakes, things like that. People all over the world have had, in some cases, very devastating changes happen to them. And so sometimes it can be difficult to see how the message in this card could be true for them, that don't be afraid of these changes, that they're ultimately for the best. The world as a whole, so this has an individual message for people, but also in the world as a whole, we have to look at doing things differently. And when we don't sometimes follow our inner nudges to change, the universe, the waves of change come upon us and force us to change through some kind of crisis or some kind of life experience where we have to look at doing things differently. And there's a lot going on in the world right now, so we do have to look at changing how we live in our own smaller world, the world around us and the world at large. But so it says, the message in the book says, as you go through this period of change, it's natural for you to wonder if your future is safe. And I'm here to assure you that you're part of nature's cycles of birth, death, and rebirth. To bring in your desired newness, you must first allow old parts of your life to fall away. So these changes are to be celebrated, not feared. Give thanks for the shedding of the old, embrace all of the lessons it brought, and then let it go. Be giddy with excitement at the newness of the gifts that are now being bestowed upon you, and let their magic surprise and delight you. So, the butterfly maiden is from the Hopi Native American tradition. She's a kachina or spirit who ensures that crops yield healthy and bountiful harvests. So, and she's a springtime goddess. So it's no surprise that here in the northern hemisphere, anyways, we're experiencing our springtime, and she helps us escape from any cocoon situation where we may feel or may have felt trapped, or felt like our growth or our joy was very much blocked or impeded or something. So if in any way you feel stuck, she is part of the forces that are helping us to emerge into the new. And she's helping us through our life transition. So just like the butterfly, she's helping us to kind of crawl out of those cocoons, crawl out of hibernation, if you will, and really spread our wings and be able to fly off into new experiences. And the butterfly, people love to see butterflies. They often feel like it's a sign for them, or they notice them when they're around. And just that noticing, that observance of nature is a blessing, because you kind of stop and appreciate the beauty of it. And so anyways, the goddesses are letting us know very deep transformational forces are at work. I'm having technical difficulties with speaking today. So, all right, let's see what the healing angel card is for today. What do they wish us to know? Oh, okay, I was going to say there's none jumping out, but then one did. Okay. The card is Miracle, and it says, on wings of light, our wings of light surround you and those you love. This current situation is governed by a higher power, so the forces of love are at work. All will turn out well. And that's a beautiful final thought to leave us with for today. So I am wishing you miracles in your life. Oof, I'm knocking over everything in here. So I'm wishing you miracles in your life, many blessings today. I hope you have a lovely and enjoyable Sunday. Thank you so much for joining me on this channel for the daily readings. And I'll have some announcements about some new things coming up soon, which I feel are very exciting. I know I'm branching off into some new areas too. So take care, everyone. Have a lovely day.